Hello everyone.
Today we have the review of the Cecotec Smart TV V1 Plus series model VQU11065 Plus. This model has a panel of 65 inches with cool technology, with a frequency refresh rate of 60 Hz, a color depth of 10 bits, and a 4K UHD resolution of 3840 x 2160 pixels. In addition to this, it includes HDR10 and Dolby Vision to be able to improve the HDR treatment and the color depth in the image, as well as MEMC technology, which adds compensation frames to generate more fluid and sharp images. Very useful, especially for sports and video games. And speaking of this, for the gamers also it's pretty good within its possibilities, as we have the inclusion of ports HDMI 2.1 to be able to activate technologies like ALM, the automatic low latency mode. But yes, you have to keep in mind that the HDMI ports do not reach 120 Hz, but they stay at 60 Hz with 4K resolution. In terms of audio, we've got a pair of 12-watt speakers, totaling 24 watts, fully compatible with Dolby Atmos and DTS:X. And in this model, they're accompanied by a subwoofer to boost the bass. Aside from all this, the TV is enhanced with pure dimming, pure move, and pure outline technologies. These technologies improve the brightness, definition, and movement of each image, and also with A-Safe, which minimizes the blue light emission to safeguard your eyes. The operating system is Android TV 11, which provides us with access to a multitude of apps and the Google Play Store for many more installations. Being an Android, the TV comes with an integrated Chromecast and access to Google's voice assistant. Moreover, it has Bluetooth for connecting devices like headphones or an external speaker wirelessly, and in this case, the Wi-Fi is dual band at 2.4 and 5 GHz. Finally, as always with Cecotec products, we have it available at an extremely attractive price, as this model can be purchased on the official website for about 580 euros. An ultra-competitive price for a TV of this size with QLED technology and all the features you've seen. Below, as always, I'm going to leave the direct link to this model and also to the complete range of televisions, if you want to take a look at any others. Remember, as always, if you're going to purchase any Cecotec product from the official website, whether it's this or any other, if you do it from my links, for you, it's exactly the same. But you help me a great deal to continue bringing Cecotec products to the channel for you. Regarding the box's contents, apart from the usual things that we have with any television, like the power supply cord and the legs, included with the base is the instruction manual and 2 remote controls, each with its respective batteries. Now before we delve into detail about the TV, let's examine the 2 remote controls to spot any variations. Let's start with the simpler one. In this instance, the size is quite decent in comparison to other remotes with similar functionality, which are typically larger, so it honestly is appreciative because you can easily press all the buttons without much exertion. At the top, we have the power button placed next to the numeric buttons and the home button. Centrally, we have buttons for volume control, channel switching, along with a mute button and an input source selector. Further below, we find the directional arrows accompanying the OK button, the back button, and the exit button. And lastly, at the bottom, there are 6 buttons with varying shortcuts, such as Netflix, YouTube, Google Play, Prime Video, another one to return to the main menu, and finally, a customizable button where we can put any of our most used apps, such as Disney or HBO. It's worth noting that we cannot activate Google's voice assistant with this controller, so we'll have to use the other controller. This controller operates via Bluetooth, and as you can see, it is significantly smaller than the standard one. On the top, we have the power button next to the direct access to Google's voice assistant. In the middle, we have the directional wheel next to the select button and the home, back, exit, and input source selection. Then we have the volume control and the channel control alongside the mute button. Finally, here we have 4 shortcut buttons: Netflix, Prime Video, and YouTube, plus the customizable one. Looking at the TV, thanks to the frameless technology, the TV practically doesn't have a frame, which has been perfectly accomplished and gives a very modern aesthetic. There's only a small lower frame where you find the Cecotec logo. The legs are quite robust and provide a good support and stability for the TV. But personally, in this case and for this size of a TV, I would have preferred a large central base, as the legs are about 1.2 meters apart, and it might not fit on many pieces of furniture. In terms of connections, from the back of the TV on the right side, there is a coaxial connection for the antenna cable, 2 HDMI ports, the second with E-arc, and 2 USB ports. On the front, there's an optical audio connection, the RJ45 Ethernet port, a connection for satellite cable, a 3.5 mm mini jack output, and another HDMI port. On the left-hand side, we only find the connection to the mains. And finally, in the central part, we have, as you can see, the subwoofer. If we want to mount it, we can also do so using a support with the VISA 40x20 standard. As for the image quality, I rate the panel very highly. In this case, you can see that the QLED technology makes an appearance with greater contrast, definition, intensity, and sharpness in the colors. In general, it has a very good level of black, quite deep and dark, highlighted, as I mentioned before, by the vividness of the colors. As for gaming, I have personally tested it for a few hours playing Final Fantasy XVI on the PS5, and well, I can say that it has gone quite well in general. At all times it has run smoothly and with good stability, despite the fact that the HDMI 2.1 ports don't reach 120 Hz and remain at 60, thanks to the support of technologies such as ALM or MEMC, we achieve pretty good fluidity while playing. So, although this is not the best TV for gaming, it's one of the best options on the market in 65 inches, if you don't want to spend a huge amount of money. As for the smart TV options, well, it's one of the television's strongest points. Because by incorporating Android TV, like I said, we will have access to practically any application that we want to install. The system works quickly and smoothly, the apps open quickly, and the truth is that the operation in this regard has been very satisfactory. Like with any Android TV, on the main screen, we have a general summary of applications and recommendations for video on demand. In the top left, we have searches, both by voice using the Google Assistant and by keyboard, and on the right side, we have access to the input sources, the internet connection, and the general settings of the TV. Anyway, if you want to know Android TV thoroughly, I'm leaving you a video up top where we see it in full with all the options. In short, for less than 600 euros, we have one of the best options on the market to get a 65-inch television with QLED technology and also with many possibilities thanks to Android TV. A great option for an audience that's looking for a large size and the best possible features at an affordable price. As for the positive points, well, the truth is there are many things. Since we have an excellent quality to price ratio, a more than decent QLED panel, a very good operating system, and things that are appreciated like Bluetooth and dual-band Wi-Fi. The only thing I see that could be improved about the television is the issue that all the HDMI ports it has, despite being 2.1, are 60 Hz. It would have been good if at least one of them reached 120 Hz, and then we definitely would have an almost perfect television. Well folks, this has been all about the Cecotec V1 Plus series television, model VQ. As always, if the video has been useful to you, don't forget to leave me a like, as well as subscribe to the channel and click the bell so you don't miss anything. From me, that's all for now. As always, a pleasure, and I'll see you in the next video.